Okay, howdy folks. Refilming my knot tying tutorial. I still don't know the name of it, so it's called the A-dubs knot because as far as I know, I'm the only person that really ties it. But if you are doing BFS, you need to be tying this knot. It's smooth, it's tiny, it's amazing, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So I've got my leader over here, my main over here. Leader choice is 8 pound. That's about as thick as you can get with ultralight without having issues. If your leader is too thick, you have casting issues. It's no bueno. Trust me, I've tried it. Throwing tiny stuff with thick line does not work. It just doesn't pull as well. You lose casting distance, you backlash, yada yada. So if you're doing ultralight, use 2 to 8 pound leader. I pair my 8 pound leader with 0.8 go Varvis. Sorry if the camera wiggles a bit. Trying to keep this in focus. So I'm tapping the back of the GoPro periodically. But 0.8 go Varvis, which is about 15 pound test. Yeah, let's get right into it. So first thing you're gonna want to do, and bear with me because I'm doing this at arm's length and above chest height so that I can get this in frame. I already filmed this once and it didn't want to work for me. So first step is making a loop like so. Okay, you're gonna be tying a half hitch. So you take that tag, take that tag and pull it through your loop. So you got something like this. Okay? This is where you're gonna be entering, and this is gonna help you do your wraps. Okay, so the size of the loop that you want is dependent upon your ring finger. You want enough room to put that in there and have something to hold on to because you're going to be pulling this line taut. And I've found that if you just kind of palm this, what will happen is as you're wrapping, your half hitch starts tightening down, and then you're left with almost nothing to go back through. So again, you know, just give yourself enough to get in there comfortably. You're going to be anchoring and using your pinky to hold that, just like this. And then you're going to hold on this side and do your wraps with your thumbs and your index fingers. So I have the half hitch done, right? I'm going to take my main and go through. Now you can go down and through or up and through, whatever you're comfortable with, but keep in mind when you come back, because you're going to wrap down and then you're going to wrap up, it needs to go in the same way it exited. So if I'm going up here and through, then I need to go down when I go back, and you know, vice versa. So I find that going up and through is most comfortable. I'm gonna grab, you know, my my tag, my loop, and by grabbing that loop, I'm also holding my main here. Okay, and then we start wrapping. And now you're gonna want to get like 4 to 5 inches here is about a comfortable length. Any more than that, and you end up stumbling around extra tag when you're wrapping. It kind of gets tangled up. Any less than that and you're gonna have problems re-entering. So 4 to 5. And I do about 13 wraps. You can do as many or as little as you want. The more you do, the harder it will be to cinch down. The less you do, the less strength you have in your knot. So I found that 13 is a good number to do. And we're just going under, around the top, and literally just wrapping that string right around. and we should be about there. I'm too busy jabbering to be counting, but I think that's about 13. We'll spread out those loops. You can count the waves: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I can do this in my sleep, guys. I just know. So, important part here, you're going to pinch and then start wrapping up. Now, if you don't pinch here and you try wrapping up, what's gonna happen is you're gonna start sliding and you'll just continue wrapping down. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oops, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Now, I didn't space them the same. You can see there's more wraps coming up than going down. That's fine. We will fix that in a moment. So now that you've given yourself enough room to get your ring finger out, you can see how my mane came out, right? So I need to go back in and down here because of the way I entered. That's the way I'm exiting. Now, you'll notice that my wraps aren't amazing, right? They didn't line up so great. That's fine. We're gonna fix that in a moment. I'll show you how. But the next step is to grab your main line and your main tag, hold it like this, and then move to your mouth and pull your half hitch down, okay? So this is gonna be done off camera, but you're literally just holding your line like this, both ends, and you're pulling up with this in your teeth to cinch that half hitch knot. Oh, my mustache is pushing. Okay. So you can see I pulled down that half hitch. Now this is, since I have this straight line because my wraps didn't line up correctly, all you're gonna do is pull the tag and the main, or the main tag and the main line until you make that first wrap. So when you pull the tag, you're getting that extra straight line that hasn't been wrapped out. You're only gonna pull this tag until that first wrap forms correctly. Then you only pull the main. Now, if I had wrapped these perfectly, you know, evenly spaced up and down, then I wouldn't pull my tag at all. But since I kind of muffed up my wraps there, I'm just gonna pull that tag. So moisten your knot however you need to. I have spit readily available. If you want, you can do some water in a cup if that's more hygienic in your style, whatever. Me, I just suck on it. Alright, so I got some extra saliva here, sorry about that. So again, I'm pulling only because I didn't wrap correctly, or I wouldn't say correctly, but I didn't wrap very well, evenly up and down. I'm going to pull both until you can see there. My knots, okay, my wraps are starting to go good. I'm actually just gonna continue to pull both because of the way that I did it, but theoretically you only need to do your main line. Right. I don't think I used enough spit. I've been talking too much. And you can see the important part of this is to take your time. I've noticed that, oops, get this mess out of here, rotate it back, that I'm bulking up at the front. I don't really want to do that, so I'm gonna pull my wraps out and slow it down. Make sure that I get the correct action here for my wraps. And that little bit of bulk at the front, that's okay, because as soon as you start cinching down, right, it starts to even out. Okay, the knot is formed, but we are not done. If you want full strength in this knot, you see how you can still see wraps there. You can still sort of see ridges here. I don't know if maybe once this gets to a bigger screen, it'll be easier to see. But anyhow, at this point you can still see the individual wraps sort of. What you need to do now is take both ends and really cinch that bad Larry down. And when you're done, it should look pretty smooth. And I mean, I'm pulling on this thing till I feel like my leader is going to snap just about. So you can see it's much smaller now, it's compact, it's fully formed. And this guy ain't going nowhere. My hand's sliding over the braid. Alright, so happy little side effect about this knot. Look where your tag ends are on the retrieval side. That's the important side to have them. So that's my other gripe with the Albright, and it's been a minute since I've done the FG, so I think the FG does have all tag ends on the back side, but that's a much more complicated knot, and it doesn't need to be complicated. This is the strongest simple knot that you will ever tie, I promise you. So we're done. That knot's good. We're just gonna trim our tags, and what I like to do is fold my main back towards my leader so I have a clear, precise area to cut. Use your fingernails as guards, right? So you don't cut that knot. Get as close as you can without cutting the knot. Okay, and we're good to go. If you wanted, you could probably take a lighter and burn some of that fluff off, or that leader, but the half hitch also is no longer needed. When you tie knots like this with a lot of wraps, the FG, the Albright, this knot, it's the wraps that really hold it and cinching it down. So all these individual wraps are like tiny little fingers grabbing onto that line and digging in, and that's where your strength is. But as you can see, it looks like I almost just took a marker and colored that leader line. That's how small and compact this knot is. From a distance, the only reason you can tell it's there is because I've got fluff from cutting the tags. You know, and just to prove to you how good this is, this is actually a tied to a pole, so this is a line that I will be using. This isn't just a demonstration knot, this is live action, brother. Whoops. We'll just pull a little bit of slack through our guides and show you how good this is. So even at a severe angle, so if you muff up your cast, I'll show you. The retrieve, you kind of you kind of get a little bit, but that's okay. You're reeling it in. It doesn't matter. What you want is smoothness going out. And even at a severe angle, you're still going in and out beautifully. That pole is barely moving, right? Normally when you cast, you're probably at like this angle. You see how smooth that is? That rod is barely moving. It's tiny. There's no resistance casting out, which is what you want. So, that's the knot I always use. I don't know the name of it. I've only ever seen it tied one other time, and the person that showed me didn't name it. So as far as I'm concerned, it's the A-dubs knot. And I highly encourage all of you to try it out. It's easy to do. Once you practice it, you can do it on the fly. And it's beautiful. It works well. It's perfect. I've never had that knot break. Ever. Anyhow. That's gonna conclude the A-dubs knot tutorial. So, if you like what you saw, give it a like, subscribe, and until the next one, toss the tiny stuff, catch the big stuff. A-dubs out.